Up and down.
Uh-huh. I understand. That's been the case for a lot of people who are trying to get into the space and make it work for them. So I do understand that that response. I would say that I was in that kind of space too. And thankfully, what I'm about to share with you has helped me to get out of that up and down space.
Okay.
Right, to get to a level of consistency. So you're gonna feel really grateful to the individual that invited you here. All right. So anyone else wants to give us your name originating from Sharon? Sharon has traded, but has that up and down experience. And Sharon, if you don't mind, I'd love for you to be one of my co-pilots in this discussion. We have an interactive discussion on this presentation that we do for our business and community, and to expose the technology and have other people learn about it. Do you mind?
Not really.
Are you shy? You don't like talking in public?
I do at times, sometimes. All
All right,
depends on
I
the
promise.
situation, the
won't ask you.
circumstances.
I won't ask you anything personal. I promise. There will be nothing that will make you feel queasy. Okay. We're just going to talk about the technology and look at it, and I'm going to ask you some questions about, what you could see on it, and just to show everybody how simple and easy it is for people to use. And that's what it's really going to be about. Do you mind?
Not really.
Okay, not really. All right, cool. But not really mean partially, right?
Partially.
All
Yes,
right, cool.
no.
Yes, no, kind of. All right. So if it's going well, you'll continue. If it's not going well, you'll back off. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, great. All right, great. So I want one person who is new to the call. Sharon is going to help us, but I need one person who has never traded before. If somebody who has you've been invited to the call, you've not had a trading experience before. You have Gary, you have Ewan Singh, and we have somebody who says iPhone. We have a Lorna G, a Merrick. We have a lot of new people: Sanique Morgan, Sheldon James, and SB, Cheryl Brown, Stephanie. So, anybody there who has never traded? Sharon has traded, so to some extent, but anyone who has never traded, of the names I called. All right, so okay, so I'm gonna drag somebody from under the covers here soon. All right, so Dr. Harry Benjamin is my name. I grew up in Jamaica. I became a medical doctor there. Soon after, migrated into the automobile space, distributed automobiles for about 16 years. My wife and I did very well, and then we ran into some challenges in 2008 because of the real estate mortgage crisis, and in the US, right, in the United States in particular. And it affected our business negatively. We landed in a financial valley. Thankfully, we got into the network marketing industry. We were able to get ourselves back on our feet. We've been in that industry now for about 13 years, and it's been a really great journey. 3 years ago, 2020, during the lockdown when COVID-19 locked us at home, I got introduced to the idea of trading on our phones and laptops. And I'm so grateful that I got connected to that, because today I've gotten to a point now and I've witnessed some beautiful, beautiful experiences of people being able to use their phones and laptops and make way more money than we could work for in our traditional jobs or even earn in our traditional businesses. So trading, I consider to be the supreme way of earning money. All right, it is faster, it is more efficient, and you could earn large sums very quickly. Okay. So I want to urge everybody to pay very close attention to the information that I'm about to share with you. It's going to add great value to your life. And lastly, you could go ahead and send a friend a message or a family member, tell them to quickly jump on this Zoom. There's a very high value information. There's very high value information that's being shared. So I started on my journey with Xtreamfx over the Academy as an affiliate. Some people start out as a student. I started as an affiliate. I paid a little over $100 to join this community, and I've been able to earn a lot of commissions that the company has paid me and my family, right, for introducing people. BB, I made you co-host, did I? So that you could help me with, and Victor, I'm going to make you co-host as well, so that both of you could help me to keep people muted. And Horatio, I'm going to deputize you today, my brother, and make you a co-host as well. All right. So I started off my journey as an affiliate, $168, or you could pay $249, whichever one suits you best. And ladies and gentlemen, I started marketing our academy. And I started earning commissions, 500 a month, 1,000, 2,000, I've earned as high as 2,500 in a week. I've witnessed in a previous company, four different individuals, no, three that were earning $100,000 a month with this comp plan, and one that was earning 200,000 US dollars a month with this compensation plan. So I really believe in the compensation plan. It's very powerful. My family's been able to benefit from it significantly. One of the things that grabbed my attention, though, is that while I was marketing the academy, some of the students who took what I marketed, right? We market education for people to come pay a small fee per month and receive a first-class education on trading the financial markets. And I witnessed that some of the students earned two ladies in 2021, earned over $1 million US. Two of them. One used to work at McDonald's in the US. Another one, a school teacher, a friend of Bridget. She worked as a French school teacher in the Eastern Caribbean. Bridget had introduced her to Xtream, and she started off as an affiliate marketing, but she quickly switched over to being a student, and the young lady earned $1 million in a year. True story. Now, that is extraordinary. That is not common. A lot of people who try trading Forex struggle. Okay, and Sharon, if you don't mind, could you read this question at the top here for everybody in blue? All right, just to emphasize that Sharon's experience that she shared at the beginning is quite common. The one I shared about the young lady that earned $1 million, that's very uncommon. That's rare, actually, but it happens. Sharon, do you mind reading the question? So I told you I was not going to ask you anything to make you feel queasy. Are you there, Sharon? Sharon, my friend from Jamaica, from St. Andrew. Okay, did we lose Sharon? Sharon, are you still around? You could unmute for me. Okay, I'm not seeing Sharon on the line. Okay, so it could be. Oh yeah, you're there, Sharon. Sharon, you're not. Come on. All right, Sharon, just unmute and come and let me talk English, because we have people from Africa here and other countries. All right. So yes, Sharon. All right. So Sharon, if you could just read this question for me, it's in blue, and then read the answer for everybody. And then if Sharon doesn't want to unmute that, I get it. I understand. Everybody loves to speak in public places. But Sheldon, right? Sheldon, jump off mute or go ahead, Rayon. Rayon, you're unmuted. But Rayon, I think you just jumped on the call, so maybe that's but if you want to read the question from me, that would be great. Can you see my screen, Rayon? All right, I'm jumping to somebody else. All right, my friend, Mr. Okay, go ahead, Frank. Go ahead, CG Mir, my friend CG Mir. Come off mute, Mr. Mir. I just read this question for me, right? Go ahead. I know you're not shy. You're not afraid to talk in front of people.
What percentage of retail traders lose money?
Great. So ask that question of Google, and what is the answer?
Based on several broker studies, as many as 90% of traders are estimated to lose money in the markets. This can be an even higher failure rate if you look at day traders, Forex traders, or option traders.
Wow. All right. So Sharon's experience that she recounted at the beginning of a lot of individuals trying to trade and not making money is true. All right. It's actually about 98% of people. And the big reason is that a lot of people do not go through a proper education program on trading. And it's pretty simple why. It's very easy to get access to the financial markets. The app that we all download, somebody could put it in the chat for me, it's called MetaTrader 4, MT4. It's available for free. Brokers will allow you to get registered with them, and they'll allow you to fund a trading account with your real money very quickly if you want to. And a lot of people approach the experience more like gambling rather than becoming educated and understanding how to properly trade. Now, those people who have gone through the process of trading, most of them use this website called TradingView. Now, TradingView is not an easy tool to use, but when you learn how to use it properly, it works. But this is not an easy tool to understand how to put in these lines. And when you know how to put in these what are called support and resistance zones, and be able to identify breakout zones and retest zones and use Fibonacci and identify retracement. A lot of people don't make it who try to use all of that. A lot of people get frustrated, as I have done. I've become frustrated trying to use TradingView to make money because, we have bills to pay. We have things to do. We have, things that we need to get done. And it takes a while to learn how to use TradingView. So a lot of people fall off, trying to learn how to use TradingView to learn how to trade. Nonetheless, there are people who have made it. There are people who have done really well. So I'm thankful that this gentleman, his name is Mr. Kevin Grego, he actually partnered up with Xtream, and I believe his product has added great value to what we already had. What we already had was producing a lot of results. We have a 17-year young student, Mr. Mir, that earned over $250,000 in his first year using this very education that Xtream offers. So the education is solid. There's no question about it. It's just that there's a lot of information to be gathered if you're to use the old traditional way of trading, using this chart, right? So thankfully, Xtream partnered up with the gentleman that had traded for about 5.5 years. He lost $26,000. Then he finally figured out how to trade properly. He developed a technology called the safety trade technology, mainly because his sister suffers from epilepsy and faints and could not hold on a job. So he developed the technology so that she could identify trades quickly and easily. And then later on, his wife convinced him to share the technology with other people, and it became a product within the last year. I'll share with you some results of what have been achieved. Okay, so in Xtream, you could come in and join us and learn how to trade. If you have a student ID, you pay $89 a month. If you don't, you pay $99 a month. If you want to add binary, if you know what binary is, you'd be excited to know that you could just add it on for an extra $60, and you'd have Nadex binary along with cryptocurrency classes and some other things that could help you to earn money. All right. And remember, Bridget and so forth. Could you help me with the muting? All right, of people who join. All right. We keep this session interactive. We allow people to ask questions on here. And on Sunday at 5 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock UK, 10 o'clock Nigeria, 12 o'clock Kenya, right? 12 midnight Kenya, we allow people to come on and ask questions. And then we have the very powerful safety trade technology. This is where the alliances, we are bringing great value to the Xtream safety trade community. Xtream is bringing a lot of value to the safety trade product because we are helping people to get through the education and learning necessary to professionally use the product. The product is great, okay? It's not a year. October last year was the first time people had a chance to buy it publicly. And one of the gentlemen that bought it last year, his name is Jeff Cochran. And that gentleman was a trader already. And he used the safety trade technology. He paid only $599, under $600 for it. And he turned $200,000 to $1.4 million US in 7 months. And recently he shared that he's used the technology now to do a single trade, one trade, whether you believe it or not. I know this number is too big for some of your belief systems, but he earned over 200,000 US dollars trading US 30 with a lot size of 10, right? Some of you will understand that last part. But those who do not understand it, I know $200,000 in one transaction sounds hard to believe. So let's leave that to the side. Okay, we have Esther in the UK. Maybe she's with us right now. Maybe she's not, because I know she has a lot of family with her this weekend. And she joined us on this Zoom. She's introduced some of you on here like Millie and Joy and so forth. And Esther paid $599 for this about 5 weeks ago. And you $75 a month for the scanner. I'm going to explain to you what that is. Esther, that just joined recently. She was already a trader, but she was like you, Sharon. She was not having results that were consistent. She was up and down, as Sharon shared at the beginning. I don't know why Sharon don't want to come back off me, but she was like you, Sharon. Esther was having up and down results. Then after she bought the safety trade technology, She paid $5.99, and then the first day she used the scanner. I'll show you guys what the scanner is. She made over $600 that day. She went on a few weeks later. In a single day, she earned over $3,000. It was on a Friday. She did it in about 2 hours using the technology and the scanner. And then she shared with me last week, yes, $6,500 that she earned in 90 minutes using the technology and the scanner. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a game changer, okay? And this is not hype, all right? This is not hype. It's a game changer. So, Mr. Mayor, my friend, have you ever traded before, sir? Have you ever traded before?
I've done minimal, some light trading.
Light trading. So you've never traded. let's say
not really. Not really.
Not really. All right, cool. And Sharon, are you willing to jump back off mute to look at this chart with us and help others to identify how to use it? Because it's pretty simple to use. It's not complicated, all right? But you would need to go through the basics of knowing lots, pips, and also what currency pairs are, and so forth. All right. So Sharon doesn't want to join me. I get it. All right. I don't know why Sharon's afraid of me, but anyway. All right. I believe that alone. Okay, Sharon, you and I are going to become big friends. All right. Okay. So we have somebody with Sharon's iPhone. It's a different person. Sheldon, Cheryl Brown, Stephanie. Anyone who wants to come off mute who has traded before. Oliver, we're going to have my friend Oliver Mayer, we're going to have him as the person who's never really traded. But I want somebody who has traded, all right? Who has traded, who has gotten okay results, not so okay results. Are you doing really well? Anyone, you could jump off mute if you're first time being on the call, and we're going to use this technology and look at it, right? Okay, anyone out there? I'm going to take this off mute now. All right, so Oliver and I and somebody else. I just need one more person. Okay, great. Okay, all right.
I'm here, Harry.
All right, Horatio. All right, cool. So Horatio is a trader. All right. And then Oliver is here. All right. And then others who are looking on, please pay very close attention. All right. So so most of us who have traded, and those of us who haven't, all right, who haven't traded. Those of us who haven't. Let me start with you guys. So those of us who are new to trading, this is called MetaTrader 4. Now, this is the version that you will receive if you purchase the Safe to Trade system, okay? If you purchase the system. If you purchase the system for $599, includes a scanner, okay? Now, this particular website over here is called TradingView. Now, thank God, I no longer need to use TradingView. You could, if you want, if you love using TradingView, nothing wrong with it, not tearing it down at all. Many people have made a lot of money using it. But, Oliver, right, who has tried trading, when you see this website, how does it make you feel? All these buttons to the left, all these numbers and stuff to the right, and this down here and stuff up here. How do you feel when you look at this?
Well, I mean, a lot to learn. That's what I think.
It's a lot to learn, right? Does it feel a little bit overwhelming when you look at all of these different things that are ahead of you?
Yes.
All right, cool. So that's how I felt. The first time I saw this chart, I got a headache, right? Now, Horatio, I know you have traded for some time. How long did it take you to master using this tool?
Harry, I do not use TradingView. I've always stuck to MetaTrader 4. That's I'm a trader, and that is giving me a headache.
I get you. So, okay, all right. So let's jump back to the simplicity. So good news for everyone that's on here. We would not put you through the trauma of having to learn how to use this, okay? Because this is not easy to use. I'm just telling you, right? Okay, so you won't have to go through the trauma of using that. Now, the Safe to Trade, it eliminates marking up, right? It eliminates having to put in trend lines, Fibonacci, retracement. It eliminates all of that. Now, Oliver, right, who has never traded, all right? Here's the thing about trading. This box over here with all these green, blue, yellows, greens. Can you see them?
Yes.
All right, great, Oliver. All right, so right-click. I'm right-clicking in this box, and I'm looking for this word symbols. Do you see this word symbols?
Yes, I do.
All right, great. Now, the word symbols connects us to the world's financial markets through your MetaTrader 4 with a licensed broker that's approved for your country. Every country in the world has a list of brokers that are approved by your government to allow you to gain legal access to the financial markets, okay? And there are brokers out there that will give you access to the world's financial markets with as little as $10 US, believe it or not, okay? All right, so let's go. Well, $10 is not what we're gonna, you're not gonna start. Even $200, right? $100, $200 is okay. All right, so FX majors. Can you see this word FX majors, Oliver?
No, I'm not. Where's that? FX major. Where?
Okay,
I'm on
in the
my
middle.
phone, by the way. Huh?
All right, just stretch the middle, this white panel, just stretch your phone, just expand your phone.
Yes,
In
yes,
the-
yes, yes.
All right, great. Could you read what this says here? AUD, USD?
Australian dollar, US dollar.
All right, read this one down here.
The US dollar and the Japanese yen.
Yeah, would you like to be able to stay at home on your laptop in about 30 minutes to trade these assets and make some money? Would you like to be able to
Yes,
do that?
yes, yes.
All right, great. So those are the FX majors. What about trading indices? Have you ever heard of the US 30?
No.
Have you ever heard of NASDAQ 100?
Yes.
All right, great. Would you like to trade the NASDAQ 100 like the hedge funds and investment banks do from your laptop at home?
Yes.
All right, great. What about energy like oil? Would you like to be able to buy the asset and sell the asset of oil and make some money from your phone and your
Yes.
laptop? What
Yes.
about metals like gold and silver? All right, can you see this says XAGUSD? What does that read to the side? Could you read that out for everybody?
Yeah, US dollar silver.
All right, what about this one? What does that one say?
US dollar gold.
Would you like to trade those assets and make some money?
Yes.
All right, let's look at stocks. All right, which stock is? Let's just highlight one of these. All right, I'm trying to find one of these that everybody knows. All right, would you like to trade this one? All right, you see what this one says?
American Express, yes.
Yeah, great, right, wonderful. Would you like to trade this one?
Bank of America, sure.
Right. So here's what the system does. It gives us, we'll talk about crypto because some of us are on here for crypto. Would you like to trade this one?
Bitcoin versus US dollar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So could you see now, Oliver, that in this little box, we're having access to the world's financial markets, stocks,
yeah,
metals like gold, silver, oil, right? Countries, indices like the US 30, NASDAQ 100, and country pairs, currency pairs. All right. Yeah. So let's look at trading one of these things that I mentioned. Okay. And let's start with gold. All right. Let's start with gold. I know Horatio, you like trading gold, right? Okay. All right. All right. All right, cool. So the market is starting to open. All right. And we choose this time to look at the market because it's not hot yet. The market is not like hot, fire hot. It gets that way in a few hours because Japan is daylight, China is daylight. So they're over there busy trading, and we're about to go to bed here in the US and Caribbean. So we could stay, Oliver, here's how simple this is. Here's how simple this is, right? Let's just look at how simple this is. On the right of the screen is what's called a 1-minute chart. For those who never heard that before, don't worry about it. You will learn what that is. But for those who know a little bit about trading, on the right is the 1 minute, on the left is the 5-minute chart. Okay. So we have over here where this was before this little gap here. All right. This was what time is it now? All right. What time is it now? It's 20 or 30 minutes. So the market opened about here, right? About 30 minutes should have been, what time is that? Let me look and find the time. Because we already had a trade on gold already. Damn, man, that's fast. All right. So today is the 27th, right? Okay. All right. So it's down here. Okay, good. So all right. So the market just opened right here. Okay, market just opened right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Okay, good. All right. So Oliver, tell me if you could do this with me, all right? Okay. So on the screen, Oliver, all right, on the screen, can you see this red line running through here? Can you see this red line running through here?
Yeah, you mean the down arrow?
No, no, this red line going up, down, up, down. Can you see it?
Hold on there. Yes, yes.
All right,
Okay.
great, great, great. Horatio, what is that line called?
That's the moving average.
Moving average. Great. So Oliver, that's fancy stuff, right? Moving average. But I call it the red wavy line. Now, what we need to see first is that these are called candlesticks and wicks, these green and red things, right? At any point in time, wherever these are, at the end of it, it's called the price of the market of gold versus the dollar, right? Which you'll be able to trade on your phone and laptop from your home on a Sunday, Monday, whenever, okay? So at this point, when these candles are down here, Oliver, would you agree with me that you could see clearly that they're below this red line? Can you agree that that's the case?
That's correct.
Great. And can you see that the greens kind of pushed one after the other up, went above
Yes.
it, came back a little bit below it, and kept going above it? Can you see that?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. So we're shifting over, and here's the thing. When we see these candles going up, Horatio, right? And then we see these candles starting to come down like this. Then we see them starting to come down. So first they were going down, down, down. Then they went up, up, up. What are traders tending to want to do when they see this going down? Because, when we look at this right here, we see this, what we call a high, but this high up here is higher than this high. Okay, so what is it looking like to the average young trader who's trying to make some money? What is this looking like? High, what is it looking like is happening here?
Well, it would seem like the market is on a downtrend. It's making once the candles are going down, it's a downtrend. The market is on a downtrend. If you see it make a lower high, that means it's making lower lows. To be technical, not to confuse anybody, but basically what it's telling me is that the market is on a downtrend.
All right. So the young trader looking at this would put a line here and say, look, this high did not go above this high, right? That's what we're generally going to be taught, right? That this high didn't go above this high. But our technology does not use those factors because some of those things are done by some of the biggest movers in the market to trick traders, to cause traders to believe that this market is going to sell off and put sells in when they have no intention of moving the market in that direction. So what our system basically does is just to give everybody an idea that, look, even though this looks like it's going to sell off here now, this is not going to be a sell. Why? Because everything here is lined up to be a buy. Green down here means buy, red down here means sell. Okay, so Oliver, can we see the green down here? Green, 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 green. Can you see that these 5 things are green?
Yes, definitely.
Right. So when we see this pushing down like this, for those who have the safety trade technology, we would not get carried away thinking that it's time for the market to sell. We wouldn't. All right. And then there is 4 things that you're going to look for, Oliver. 4 simple things. I'm not going to use the first one. I'm going to look for 4 simple things. The price was below. That's 1. The candles were below this red line. 2, right? We're going to wait to see. Okay, we don't see the green arrows, looking for a green arrow. But the green arrow is not, it's all the way over here. But anyway, all right, I won't bother to use that right now. Let's just use the 3 what we can use, right? So the price was below the line. The price was below the line here. We could see it below the line, right? The second thing is that everything here was green. Can you see that everything here is green, Oliver? 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4, 5, right? And we're going to wait for the 4th one from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, to turn red. Can you see that this turned red?
Yes.
And right at the point where it turned red, this is what Horace said, this high, when we look at this high up here, this is high, this is high, this is high, but they look like they're trending down. You could see that this one is lower than this one, and this one is lower than this one. So it gives the impression that the market is about to sell. But the technology says, do not go for a sell. You should go for a buy right now. So we'll go ahead and we'll put in a line right here, call a buy stop entry. If you do not know what that is right now, Oliver, all you need to know is that when the market turns around and comes up here and touches this line and keeps going up, you could make a profit. A beginner, which you are, Oliver, you go for 1 to 3 pips, right? And between this and this is even more than 3 pips for gold at the right time of the day. Won't go too much into that, but you could even have this line, you know, our Horatio, correct me if I'm right or wrong, but could somebody get 3 pips from here to here depending on the time of the day that gold is trading?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. So you could definitely make some money with just the space between this bottom line and the top line. But let's put it up a little higher for being able to see that, right? So Oliver, here's the thing. If the candles turn around and go back up and come anywhere in between these two lines, you'd have made a profit. If it goes and touch the top line, you'd have made the amount that you wanted to. But if it goes up between here and you kind of grab that small amount before it turns back, you would have made that. All right. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. What happened, Oliver? Did it turn around and go back up instead of going down?
It went up.
It went up. So here's the thing. Let's look at the old time analysis, right? Horatio, would this have been fair to assume that the market is going on a downtrend? Higher high, right? Lower high, went down, came back up, but it did not make a high higher than this. And the following high after that was lower than the previous one. Would a trader then start to look for a sell rather than a buy?
Correct. We would definitely consider that to be a likely sell-off.
A likely sell-off. And that's where a lot of us get, as Sharon was expressing, the up-down experience. Because this looks to the eye and the training that we would have received for those who know about trading on these highs and lows, that this would have been a sell-off. But you could clearly see that the market did the market. That's Jamaican, right? You could clearly see that the market bought up, right? And let's see, right? The market bought up. You could have gotten a buy. And if you're putting for a sell and you're expecting a sell here, this would have taken out some stop losses, all right? This definitely would have taken. And in fact, this high that it created was higher than the last one. Okay, the last one, Harry. Speak properly. People around here from the UK and all of that, right? And here it went into Oliver. You could see it kind of hung out around here, but it gave us this again. Okay, right? It gave us this again. Green, red, green, and you go for another one. And you put the second one up here, right? And this line a little bit above here, okay? And it's a little difficult for you to see all of that, but just trying to make this as simple as I can, right? You could see that it also won. You could see that trade also went up. You'd have put what's called your stop loss for those you're wondering. So where's my stop loss? Where do you put stop loss, Harry? You'd have put it below this hook, okay? So this came down reversed here. You put your stop loss a little bit below here, but the market would have had momentum in this direction when you're going for the buy stop, okay? And what have given you that information? Green, red, green. And this is on gold, all right? From the comforts of your home, Oliver, you're trading gold, right? I know we're in the beginning of the market. You see, this is going on right now. So this is so amazing. So this is looking at the chart, all right? And in trying to pick out a trade. In this case, we looked at a buy, okay? And, nice buy, right? Looked at a buy. Now let's look at the scanner, Oliver. Let's look at the scanner, all right? Now what the scanner does, it sends you and I messages that tell us that this setup that we just looked at, this setup, green, red, green, has happened. If you're using the chart, like on here, you'd have to sit down and wait for this to happen to know when it's happening, okay? But if you use the scanner is going to send you a message to tell you when this has happened. So let's look at an example of it, all right? So this scanner scans over 200 symbols, all right? So we have over 200 different symbols. It scans indices, like we looked at, Oliver. It scans currency pairs. This is one that it just called out. And you'll hear the computer says safety trade alert. It's telling you that there's a trade. And Oliver, could you read this in the corner? Could you read what this says? Could you read what it says?
Okay. Safety trade, British pound, USD, M1, SS.
All right. And what does SS mean, Horatio?
New safety trade alert.
SS would mean that it is a sell stop.
Wonderful. So we'd come over here now, Oliver, and we look for GBP USD, which is a Great British Pound, versus the US dollar that we're going to trade from the comforts of our home on a Sunday evening with our feet up, drinking our favorite drink, and we're going to look to take a sell. Okay? All right. So the market was going down, and it's now pushed back up. And there's an opportunity for a 1 minute sell. Right? Now, at this time of the day, guys, this has already started selling already. Okay? You know, some of you may be able to see that it went up. Right? This white number here represents the price. Okay? This white number. So it went up and the system called it out. Okay? And it already came back down. So the price is already, if we had been a little bit swifter, we would have been able to put an entry price here. But we wouldn't be trading right now because the spread is going to be too wide and the volume in the market is not strong. But this is just for helping
When
us
you
to
say
understand.
spread, Harry, what do you mean? What's a spread? Like sheet to put on bed?
Okay, that's a good question, Horatio. All right. So guys, the brokers, they have the difference between the buy price and the sell price, okay? And they call it the spread, the distance between here and here. Whenever it is too wide, when you put in the trade, the broker is going to collect the difference between here and here up front. So if you have $10 in your account and the price between the difference between here and here is $1, if you open a trade, the broker is going to take $1 up front out of your $10 and leave you with $9. So you do not want to trade when this distance is so wide. It's called a spread. It's not a bed sheet, Horatio. Right? Did I say it correctly? Did I simplify it enough?
That is right, sir. You know, but remember, we have a lot of brand new people who have never heard about trading.
Spread. What is spread, right? What is Harry talking about? Thank you for that. All right. So thank you, Horatio. So this thing is right, is that it came up, right? The green was going up. And the way how this green candle went up so fast, right? You know, Oliver, if you see this green candle jump up like this, are you tempted to do for you to do a sell, which is going in the opposite direction? Or are you tempted to go for a buy, which is to go up?
No, well, to be honest with you, if I see the thing going up like that, I'm going to get ready for the sell because it's going to go up and down, keep going up and down. So, maybe that's not the answer you want to hear. But I just
that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Is that the answer is the answer?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So
But
here's where our safety comes in.
Typically, people will see the green going and say, "Oh, this thing will go up." So must buy, jump in and buy quickly. But I just figure that if it's going up so rapidly, it's going to come back down. So I'm going to position myself. If I miss the jump up, I'm going to position myself for it when it comes back down.
Yeah. All right. That's a thought process. But I've seen it jump up like this and then just keep going up, like shoot up, like like really go up. I've seen that happen, right? And you can see this starting to happen now, right? So this market could be going into what's called a reversal pattern, but the trade that the system called out won already. Okay, so when it called out these 1 minute trades, it went up, all right, and it went back down. So you'd have been able to make a little bit of profit here if the market was fully buoyant. But at this time of the day, the market's not that buoyant because it's very few banks that are trading right now, mainly in Japan, Australia, and China. Okay, the US banks, the European banks, they haven't come into play yet because they're still sleeping. All right, so here's how that works, right? So Oliver, you may be right. It may push up a little bit and turn around and come back down. But the bottom line is that the system called out the trade, not me. All right. So I didn't have to sit down and do this analysis. All I had to do was just simply come in, put in my entry and my profit, and I would have put my stop loss for the first move a little bit above here. But this turned around and already won. Okay. You could see that it went up, this little green dot here, and then it came down to this green dot here, and then it went up, 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 up like that, and it could come back down. Okay. All right. So that's that example of GBP USD, the system giving you a chance to try to grab some pips, and it's still pushing back down. Okay, it's still going up and down. It most likely will come back down, and there's some other reasons why I would think so. For those who know a little bit more about trading, on the left side, you look on the 15-minute, you look on the 30-minute. You could see that on the 30-minute time frame. This is a sell down trend. And you look at the 1 hour time frame, this is a sell down trend. and you look at the 4-hour time frame, you could see that's a sell trend. So it's a likelihood that the market will continue to sell off. So, you know, seeking to take a 1-minute sell on this would be a good idea. All right. So those who trade GBP USD, you could look out for that. You could write down these, just take a note of where it is now and just check it later. You know, you could put in your demo, you could put an entry at 1 point. We could put 1 point. I'm very conservative, guys. 1.2577. All right. You could go for an entry there and go for two pips. Okay. All right. So that way, if it keeps going up, you don't lose anything because you would have to turn around and come back down below this to be able to put you into the trade. All right. And I believe if it comes back down all the way to here, it's going to be pretty easy for you to get 3 pips out of that, or even 2. Okay. All right. So that's gold. Now, the system calls out a range of assets. Here's GBP JPY. So not only that you could have traded GBP USD, you could have traded GBP JPY, and it's here the system calling out another one, and a similar trade, right? This one came up, it hasn't come back down yet, right? You could see that this one went up right here, hasn't come back down, and the system is still calling out trades. There's another one, AUD USD, NZD JPY. So the system is calling out so many different assets. You won't even have time to take all of them because of the, you know, I call this the abundance system. It's calling out trade after trade after trade. And that's currency pairs. But what about also, you see how busy this is, right? More information giving you to trade, right? So that's why Esther was able to do so much money so quickly, because she's not marking up the charts, right? You know, the system gives you what to trade. So you don't have to put yourself through that headache. Some of you may say, you know, like some people may say, you know, Horatio, Oliver, I know you're very busy. You're very busy, gentleman, right? I know that for real. Okay, the Jamaica government keeps you really busy. So there's something called some 4-hour and 1-hour trades that you could do on NAS 100 that do not, NASDAQ 100 that do not need for you to sit down on your computer and check anything. Okay, you could just put in the trade and then you could come back later on and look at it on your phone, all right, to see what's going on with the trade. Would you like to be able to do some of those, Oliver?
Definitely.
All right, great. All right, so here's how that works. You're going to get the same message, but you would have been able to set up your system to send you messages only on the 1 hours, not the 1 minutes and the 5 minutes and the 15 minutes, which come through every couple of minutes. The 1 hour trades, they come through 2, 3 times, 4 times for the day. Okay. All right. So when you get an email for a 1 hour trade, okay, you would be able to come here. Let's look at this one, for example. Okay. You could see this one, right? Green, 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 red, green, right? Oliver, can you see that?
Yes.
Right. So you'd put in what's called a buy stop. You'd put in your entry just above the line. Okay. And you'd wait for it to come back up and do its thing. Now, when it came down here, you put your stop loss down here. So you'd have already predetermined if it does not go in your direction, this is the amount of money I'm going to lose on this trade. It could be $50, $30. You predetermine that if it doesn't go in your direction, you would be willing to lose that $30. But it did go in your direction according to what the system said. Okay. Now from here to here, when it started pulling back, we won't talk about that in terms of closing, but you get some training, Oliver, on how to come out of this trade somewhere up here, right? Now, Oliver would have won on that one trade, right? 681 pips or points, right? Now, Horatio, if Oliver gained 681 pips and he traded what's called a lot size of 0.01. What a lot size is, guys, is just how much the broker uses to measure how much money to either take from your account or add to it. And in this case, would Oliver have won that trade and made some money, Horatio?
Right. Well, he would have made $6,800.
$6,800 if he traded a lot size of what?
Of one.
Of one on NAS? That's more. That's more than that. As 681 points at a lot size of one is $100. A lot size of one on NAS. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. So
it's $100, but that would be what? $68,000. Is that right?
$68,000. So Oliver, question for you. This system that I'm showing you predicted this trade, and if you had a trading account because to trade $100 per pip, you'd have to have a few $1,000s in your account for the broker to allow you to put that transaction in. Okay, just so you know, those out there listening. All right, you'd have to have, I don't know how much money, but a few thousand. Not most brokers are not. You're not going to have a chance to put that in unless you probably have $5,000-6,000 in your trading account, right? But even if it was $3,000 or $4,000 you had to have, and you could earn this much money. Let's make it a little smaller than that, right? So let's say somebody had a trading account of $400, okay, $400, and you traded with a lot size at 0.01, okay, on this trade, all right? And this is a 4-hour chart. So every one of these candles takes 4 hours to develop, okay, 4 full hours. So 4 hours, guys, it means that at the beginning here, when Oliver puts in the trade, this is a day, 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 okay? So that's about 5 days that it would have taken Oliver to make that money, okay? So 681 points with $400 in his account, trading with a lot size of 0.01. How much would he have earned, Horatio? How much would Oliver have earned from the 681 pips? 0.01.
$68.10. Is that right?
0.01 is $1 per pip on NAS. Well, depending on the broker, because I know some brokers will give you 10 cents, but most brokers, like Hugo's Way, they give us $1 per pip.
Right.
Yeah, so some brokers drop the payment per pip, but Hugo's Way pays $1 per pip for 0.01.
Oh, that's 0.01. Is that right? So
yeah, 0.01. 0.01.
Okay.
All right. So how much would he earn if he was able to get $1 per pip? How much would he earn from these 681 pips?
Well, he would have made $681.
Right. And he would have been able to use an account of about, $300-400. The brokers, some brokers will allow you to put in a trade on NAS with $80 in your account. Now, that's not advisable, just so you know, but I'm just trying to let you know how powerful trading is, because you could use a $200 account and with this information would have realized $600. Now, without this information, without the safety trade system, guys, that would not be feasible. That would not be even a possibility if we did not have that. Well, not that it's not a possibility. Let me rephrase that. It would have been very difficult to be able to know after we see the market doing this ratio. It goes up, goes down, goes up, goes 4-hour chart. What is this called? This is a sideways move. So if we see it going this way, it's going to be very difficult to predict that it's going to continue to go up. It's very difficult to predict that, okay? But the system gave us this data, green, 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 red, green. And therefore, Oliver, you'd have been able to put in your trade, wait on it to come back up, and look at the wind. And there's another one over here. There's another one over here. There's another one over here. Do you see this one, Oliver? Green, 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 red, green. Do you see that one? Okay, so here, right here, look at this. Look at this now, Oliver. With all of these red candles pushing down, what type of trade would you think would be best, right? With all of these candles pushing down, with average trader, right? Go ahead.
No, sell. If you had put in sell trade, you'll be making good money there.
You would be making good money here. But what is that happened not too long after?
Okay, jump up. Yes.
You see that. So if you then didn't realize that this is the pullback, this sell coming down is the pullback, without this technology, we wouldn't know. Here it says green, 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 red, green. So this is telling us that this is not a sell. This is telling us that this is a buy. So if you went in after it went below the moving average, this green line, after it went down below, you put in an order waiting for it to turn around, what would have happened for you, Oliver? What would have happened? What would have happened?
Well, you bid.
I love the way you say that. You bid. For my Nigerian and UK Kenyans and Ugandans, it means that you'd have made a lot of money. That's a Jamaican phrase for you to make a lot of money.
That's the opposite of joke. If it goes in the wrong way, get joke.
You're drone, Bridget. You're drone. in a good way, right? How many pips? How many? That's 1,460 points, Horatio, right? With a 0.01, with $1 per point. How much would somebody earn trading $1 per point with 1,400 points between here and here?
1460.
With $10 per point, how much would they earn?
Multiply that. Well, that would be 1,000. That would be 14,600.
14,000.
14,000.
Yeah.
Right. So with a lot size of 1, which is $100 per point, how much would they earn?
Wow, that means that would be like $146,000.
Exactly. And this is one trade. This is not like you're sitting down on your computer over and over again. This is just one trade. But how did we know? Because of the system. All right. So here's a beautiful thing about this transaction, Oliver. So Oliver, you're very busy. We know that, right? You know, Consular General, very busy. You have a lot going on. So when this trade activates, you look on your phone, you could see, okay, it's in profit. Now, when it gets to, let's say, you know, scandal is all the way up here, you could change your stop loss from down here. You'd have started off with your stop loss below this hook. So your stop loss would be down here. So if it turns around and it hits your stop loss, that's where you lose that money. But it kept going up. So as it's going up, Oliver, you look on your phone and you say, okay, you know what? I'm going to lock in the profit between where I started and halfway on this candle. You came back to your phone after your busy meetings. You went, you know, you introduced the Prime Minister of Jamaica to the President of the United States. So you just came back and you're busy. You check your phone. You sit up here. You move your stop. You move it from here to up here. So now you've made profit from here to here. And if it turns back, you would have come out here. And then when you came back from dinner, because you had to go to dinner with a lot of other, you know, foreign ministers and ambassadors from other countries, so you're busy, you're not able to see what's going on. You came back and you saw that it was up here, you moved this up again. And then when you went about your business, you came back again and you saw that it came back up here, you moved it up here. And guess what? You keep moving it up until it comes back around and hits you out. Now, so far, it hasn't knocked you out. Oliver, it hasn't knocked you out yet. So you come up here, okay, and then when it comes up there, you went to England, you were there with the Queen of England and doing the Jamaica stuff. You came back over here, you said, no, let me move this up some more. And then by the time you come out of dinner with the Queen, then it knocked you out here. Would you be happy with that, Oliver? Right?
Understatement.
Right. This is what the system allows for, guys. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to just make this as clear and simple as possible, that we have a system here that gives us data, that without this data, it would be very difficult to have made that prediction without this data. All right. So understand this, it's for busy people, but it's also for people who want to sit down for half an hour, 45 minutes and trade on the 1 minute and the 5 minute charts and make some money. Okay, just understand that. We can both the busy people and the not so busy people can benefit from this technology. Okay, some of us will be using the lower time frame, some of us will be using the higher time frames, and there are trades on the daily chart as well that give us the same data. Each of these candles take a full day. There's another day buy setup, all right, to happen again. So you can look out for a buy. It started, it pulled back, right? But you know, we're expecting that it's gonna continue going up on the daily. And also, if we look on the weekly chart, we could see that this is a buy, okay? Let's pull back a bit. So this is exciting times for us. On the forward chart, this was a big sell-off, right? You know, there's a sell going on. It tried to buy back up. So it's trying to break the sell trend, all right, which is that daily buy that's starting to kick in, okay, for those who understand. If you don't understand what I just said, don't worry about it. Just understand that you could just simply use the colors, Oliver, you know, whether you're going to use the reds, right? The reds would mean a sell. So, you know, these are a little faster. You put this in the morning, you come back in the evening, you check to see what's going on. You know, you check it every 2-3 hours, right? You check your phone every 2-3 hours to see where the trade is, and you could adjust your profit to lock in your profit. That's 1. That's 2. Every time you see this, Oliver, red, green, red, right? 3, red, green, red. 4, red, green, red. 5. Okay, every time you see that pattern, and then when this changes, this red changes to green, that's the indication that this may be coming to, the sell trend may be coming to an end. And you could start looking for buy trends. But it's still sold off some more. But I'll be a little bit cautious after you see this, right? and see it started reversing here again, went all the way up, came back down, but I believe it's going to buy back up again. So you have to be a little careful after you have done this a few times in a row. You should not be continuing to look for sells. You should be a little bit careful. All right, but it's 1 hour trades. So, it's very difficult to catch it unaware because it's a 1 hour trade. Okay, it takes a long time for these candles to form. Okay, all right. So with that said, guys, I gave us enough, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to do questions.
Right.
I'm going to do questions, Horatio.
Right. Now, I just wanted
so
in regards to that simple rule there, can you explain that simple rule as to how we can predict where the market is going based on those 6 colors there and what they must change to give me the market direction?
All right, great, thank you. So here, first we're looking for the price above the green line. All right, we'll see that the price is above, candles are above. That's 1. 2, the red arrow pops up on the screen. That's the second thing. 3, right, we're waiting for everything to be red. Everything turned red. Then 4, we're waiting for this to be green. Now the first one is the best one. So you see everything over here, if you look here, everything was green over here first. And then everything started turning red. So everything was green, the price was above this green line, right? Right? Second thing is that the red arrow popped up saying price may go down, right? Then we saw that everything turned red, that's the third. Then the fourth is that red, the fourth one from the bottom, that's the fourth thing we're looking for, turn green. Now, when that happens, that's the best one, the first time. That happens, you have a chance to do a sell, okay? A couple of sell entries here, you'll have made some money. And then it started coming back up, looks like it was going back up, but you see the same thing happened again. Red, green, red. You could put in another sell and make money on a sell, right? Then it happened again. Came back up, right? But you're not worried because you see the market is red, green, red. You put in another sell. You made money, okay? As Bridget says, 1, 2, 3, war, no more. Okay, red, right? So the four things are there. The price was above, the red arrow is there. Everything was red. This turned green, and then it went down. Now, when we see this is called a BOK. These 2 lines here is called BOKK, the BOK, right? It's a special indicator the developer created. Now, when we see this red change to green, this has broken. This changes the trade. You should no longer be waiting to do a sell if you see this happen. When you see this happen, you should be looking to be out of the trade and wait for there to be an alignment again of these colors, okay? Before you look for another trade. And see the green arrow popped up on the screen, suggesting that the market could be now starting to buy. So you have to back off and wait for another set of things to line up, which lined up again as red. It didn't go up. See that arrow came, you would see it went up, right? The price was above the green line. The red arrow popped up. We wait for everything to turn red. When everything turned red, we'll wait for the fourth one to turn green. In this case, it didn't happen until way over here. When it did, that gives you an opportunity to put in a sell, but then the market started buying up. So the red turned to green. And once we see the red turn to green, we no longer wait on that trade. You'd have deleted that trade. Okay, but it gave a sell opportunity over here, but that's another story. Okay, and then see the market. Wow, see market is buying up. So when the market opened up, nice. I love the sign of that. BB. Market buying up in the night here.
Yeah, I see.
All right. Okay. Woo-wee! Got a gap. I knew that was coming in. I could have smelled it. I'll behave myself. All right. So guys, any questions? Because it's time for me to go trade. It's time for me to go make some money. Okay. All right. Any questions right about? Look at this nice gap. I love it. It's gonna come back and close the gap. It may not come back right now. It may come back tonight, but eventually it's gonna come back to clean up that gap. But this gap is telling everybody that the indices want to buy. The indices want to buy. So if I were you, I'd be looking out for some buy stops, going up to activate some sell stops on the indices. For those who trade NAS 100, all right, if you look at the 1 minute chart, you could see that it's not gonna, everything's gonna be green because it's already above the line. And then the 5 minute chart was already set up for buys. It came down here on Friday, stopped here, and then you see it opened up way up here. Okay. And then the 15-minute chart is already starting to change from a sell to a buy. The 30-minute chart was a sell, but I believe you could see that it's above this straight line. So this is starting to buy up. And the 1 hour chart, you see jumped up. It was already above this line. It did a sell. It came up, sold off, came up, could sell off again because this is a 1 hour sell. But this could just continue selling up because because of just what I expect. The market been selling for a long time. Not long, but it's been selling for a while. You could see it was selling, and it's trying to buy up. All right, it sold down, and it's maybe gonna come up here and get some more pressure to come back down again. Okay. Anyway, let me just be quiet. Any other questions? Because we gotta jump off of here now. Time to go make some money. Any questions from anybody? I'm gonna look. Let me see what the spread is over here. Nice. Guys, you see how tight these two numbers are now? Can you see this is the difference, right? This is so nice and close. Okay, that means the market is now, the Japanese people and the Australian people, New Zealand people, they're busy. Their banks are busy. So you can participate in that business on a Sunday night at your home, trading this from the comforts of your laptop and your phone, all right? So don't just jump in and put in a buy, guys. Not because I said it's gonna buy up. Don't just jump in and put in a buy. Please don't do that. Right? Look at get the technology. Make sure if you don't have it, get it. And by the way, we do this presentation every Sunday at 5 o'clock, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and Tuesday and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So you can invite friends and family to come and see what's going on. Okay? And come and hear and understand how to use safe to trade technology. This is extremely powerful stuff we have because it's giving us data that allows you to make your trade decisions with confidence. All right. And then Monday through Friday, we have a presentation at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's a corporate presentation for a company and so forth. Right. So in closure, in case there are questions, I recommend that you join us as an affiliate, pay $168 like I did, or $249, and join as an affiliate pro, then start to introduce friends and family, make money. I use the company's money to buy the technology. I didn't have to come out of my own pocket, all right, because I was willing to tell people about Xtream. And then if you want to go ahead and buy your technology straight off the bat without telling anybody, that's fine. Nobody says you have to tell anyone. You do not have to market our academy, but we think it's the right thing to do. All right, so you could pay for Xtream education. I highly recommend that you get this plus the technology. You're going to need some guidance in the beginning. You could pay for this for 3 or 4 months to get a very good, solid foundation. And then once you have done that, you could be learning your safe to trade alongside it. So get back to the person who invited you to be here. Whether you're going to buy the safe to trade for $5.99 right away, pay for that. Plus, get one of these packages over here. Somebody's unmuted.
Say hi.
Right? Hey, Andre Chan, right? Name sound familiar. But so you go ahead and you get your education package, $89.99 or $159 a month, and then you buy your safe to trade. I'd recommend, this is my recommendation, join as an affiliate, because in that way you could invite friends and family to come and listen to the presentation, and then you'd be paid commissions if they choose to join and buy products and services from us, okay? And then you could use that money and buy other stuff or use that money to trade with. So that's just a good business move, right? So we recommend that you do that, but it's up to you. You could choose to just go ahead and buy the safe to trade product or get the education package and the safe to trade. It's up to you. We recommend that you get one of the educational package or an affiliate package plus your safe to trade. You're going to need some guidance, okay? It's easy to use, but we still need some guidance, all right? It's an exciting night ahead of us, right? Tonight's going to be really wonderful. And those who have the safe to trade technology, I know some of you over the next year, no hype. Some people are going to, in our community, we already have one gentleman who earned over $1 million, another one, one Patrick, 7 months to year to date, 8 months, $600,000. Interestingly, he tried using it 3 different times and he stopped. And then the developer kind of, spoke to him in some not so kind words, encouraged him to keep going, right? And Patrick has now earned over $600,000 year to date. Another gentleman, Phil, has earned over $500,000 year to date. Jeff Cochran, that gentleman has gone into the millions. And I know Horatio will be soon. A year from now, we're going to say, Horatio made over $1 million, Bridget has made over $1 million, Mark, Alan, You know, we're going to have so many different people that have earned over $1 million. And some of us will go on to earn $1 million a week, a day. You know, that's just what we're supposed to do in trading the financial markets, okay? All right? You're supposed to be talking millions for those who really understand the power of the financial markets, because this is the world's financial markets here. This is not, you're your own hedge fund. You're your own investment bank. You know, you're your own GMMB. You know, you're your own bank. This is the world's financial markets. And you could set some ambitious goals. And we've met people who, I met a gentleman who did $120 million in 3 months. So guys, you know, if he has a brain, 2 arms, 2 legs, you have it too. So anybody here can do those things. It just depends on your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. It just depends on how large of an organization, you know, large of a trading career you want to develop and how much money you want to earn. You know, or you just want to do $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 a day. That's fine. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. You could stick out there, you know, you could hang out there if that what pleases you. Nobody says you have to come up here and be a millionaire, okay? Some of us don't have the desire for that, all right? So we're not saying that, you know, you have to, but I'm just saying that it's out there, all right? So any questions from anybody else? All right, I think we did it, BB. Horatio, thank you very much. Oliver, thank you so much for being my co-pilot. I know you're gonna kill those 104 trades. As you're a busy man, you know, I know you're not going to probably be a scalper. You're going to be a 104 daily trade, swing trader, right? All right, all right. BB, you're saying something?
No, I'm just my usual boom shakalaka. Let's go. This is awesome.
Right.
This has truly been life-changing for me because I've been teeter-tottering around trading for years, and you know stuff, but you don't have the confidence by yourself. And so when you have a technology like this to help you, you trade confidently. And my new thing is forget Red Bull. Safety trade gives you wings. You really trade with confidence, and it is a game changer for me. I can't believe the results that I've been having in such a short time. And I'm very excited. I'm just over the moon. So I'm sharing it with my friends and family because there's so many people who have tried so many different things and it worked for a while and then not. And people are looking to secure their retirement and secure their life. And this is a great way to take control without giving your money to anybody else and hoping they give you a return. You get to keep your money yourself, watch your money yourself, grow your money yourself, and keep 100% of the profits. I don't think there's any better way anybody wants to live in today's day. So I'm excited.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Bridget Buckner, she's the leader of the Barrier Breakers team out of Jamaica, a phenomenal leader, has coached several staff members at various corporations in Jamaica, and also has appeared even in a Sean Paul video with Beres Hammond, and also an ambassador for Bank of Nova Scotia. So ladies and gentlemen, she's a phenomenal leader. She's doing this presentation at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Jamaica time on the link in the Zoom chat. I'm going to leave the Zoom open for a little while so that you can go ahead and copy it out and get the link for that, right? The Zoom ID is zoomwebinar.info, zoomwebinar.info, so that info. And the password is there in the chat, time number 2 win, time to win, the number 2 win, all uppercase letters. Go ahead and get it out of the chat. Bring a friend or a family member to come and hear from an indomitable leader that is an agent of change in the world. I love her so much. She's such a wonderful partner of ours. Greatly appreciate to be in business with her. And thankful, Bridget, that you have decided to be a part of this community. All right, big up to you, my sister. You're doing really well in many spheres. All right.
Thank you, sir. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. So go ahead, get the link, guys, and bring a friend or a family member. Come and hear from this expert. And I need to go do so. I need to go figure out what's going on now with some indices. I'll make some Sunday night money, Horatio. All right.
Yes.
Right.
It's going to be 8 p.m. tonight Eastern. I think Cheryl has a question. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. It's all in the chat tonight.
Okay, Sharon, you didn't. Sharon just dropped me like hot rock, hot bread, right?
Sharon, cool man. Sharon is
like
good to see you on
the call. Sharon dropped me like hot potato, but it's all right. It's all right, Sharon. You're still my friend. All right. Okay. No, she had a question. You said or no? Okay.
No. It was the time. We answered the time. It's 8 p.m. Eastern for the general presentation of Xtreamfx. the exclusive distributor of Safe to Trade product worldwide.
Okay.
So we'll give a breakdown of everything later on. Night, everybody.
Bye-bye.